And now it's a problem that's a nationwide issue, addiction. It's also, though, still here in Toledo, Ohio, and it's a battle which comes in a variety of forms. This afternoon, I have with me Juan Duarte and Bryan Herrick from Team Recovery to talk more about the efforts underway right now when it comes to helping not only just the addicts themselves, family members. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. What exactly you got cooking up? What's going on over there?
I'll let Bryan take that.
You know, as you said, this problem of addiction, and especially with the opioid epidemic that's still plaguing our nation and probably the world, it's our mission to help people like us. Many of us are in recovery ourselves. And it's our passion, our mission to try and help people spread the message of hope, that there is hope and that people can recover from this disease.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff always happening. I think one of the great things about Team Recovery is we're so progressive. If you can look at us through the lens of, let's say, Google or Amazon of the treatment industry, you know, we're trying to look at things through a different lens and trying not to be so antiquated in our process, which means that we're including culture, right? And part of our culture is that a lot of us are in recovery ourselves. So we're tackling this from an experiential side, you know, that experiential wisdom that I have from going through the same thing that other people went through, and looking at it and saying, you know what, maybe that process that I received in treatment was could have been more helpful this way. And so we're just looking at different ways to develop out community needs and resources, and that is multifaceted. It's huge. There's a lot of different angles we're coming from.
And you know, and that really led to a new approach to an old problem, our slogan, our motto, our mission, what we stand for. Like Juan said, many of us have been through it, or we've known people who have been through the process of treatment and recovery. And while some treatment models that are evidence-based has worked for some people, not a single one has worked for all people. So to take a look at it from a creative standpoint and try to combine the best features of many different evidence-based practices, that's really what we're trying to do. And while it might seem innovative to some, it just seems like common sense to us. Provide people with what it is that they need to be able to recover, and whatever that looks like, and look at it from a holistic standpoint as well.
So, okay, now when it comes to this, sometimes when the unfair addiction thought process is, well, you did this to yourselves. Okay, this is a choice, and also you're bringing this, this is something that y'all need to figure out on yourselves, by yourselves alone. Why are you bringing your family into it? Why are you trying to make this an us problem? Isn't it just a you problem?
Well, the disease of addiction affects everybody in the family and everybody in the community, doesn't it? So it's really, it is a disease that affects everybody. We have to include everybody in the healing process, and that's really what we're talking about when we're talking about recovery, is healing from this disease.
Yeah, and including the family members, you know, whether we like it or not, I mean, the family members included in this. The family members suffer, children suffer as a result. Parents are riddled with guilt on their own end. What did I do to cause this? Why can't I stop it? You know, kids the same. So, you know, everybody in our community knows somebody, you know, that has struggled or is struggling with this. And so for us, it's not, we're not just trying to treat the person that's in need of services in regards to somebody struggling with addiction. We're looking at the families too. A lot of times families split up because of this. You know, their kid might be going through it and their marriage might fall apart. And so we're trying to help family members understand how to be supportive of their loved one, but also not enable them. How to make sure that you're taking care of the rest of your kids, even though your one child might be going through it. And so, and then telling the family members, hey, this is what we do. Why don't you just put them in our hands? We'll take care of them and you can rest. You know, and people that are perpetuating the stigma, I don't know the answer to that. You know, I don't know the answer, but I do know it's not helpful. I think everybody can say that.
And our approach really is three parts. It's, of course, the treatment part, but also prevention and awareness, which the awareness part is that we're trying to break the stigma that people that suffer from this disease are bad people or are immoral people. It's simply not true, and anybody that has experienced addiction through a family member could tell you that we aren't bad people. And so the prevention, we aim to try to minimize the need for treatment services in the future by getting out in the community and talking to young people about the dangers, but then also talking to the community at large about what it really means to suffer from this disease.
I love it. So if there is a way, because again, like we said, it could be anybody who's dealing with this. It's someone I know, someone you know. How do they get a hold of you, and what can they do to basically, what do you offer? There we go.
We offer a wide array of things from our family support group, FAD, Families After Addiction or Death, which is on Thursday nights at our building at 4352 West Sylvania Avenue.
7 to 8:30.
7 to 8:30. We also offer, of course, treatment services. We can be reached at 419-561-LIFE. That's 419-561-5433. You can look us up on the internet at teamrecoveryohio.org. And just reach out to us. We're here 24 hours a day to answer a call, whether you need services, whether you have a family member that needs services, or whether you just need somebody to talk to at the time.
And I think that people, if you're trying to see who we are, go to our social media. Check us out on Facebook at Team Recovery. You'll see our personalities. You'll see the services we offer through that. You'll see the life of the facility that we operate and the services that we are providing for people. I think that's a great way for people to see what we're about.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
And I believe that I'm going to send it to Dan now.